So in this segment, we're going to be talking about the EU absolutely convinced the Brexit impasse can be broken. So far, what we know based on a previous video I would have done is that Tony Connolly has reported that no breakthrough has happened as of yet, but it seems the EU are still convinced that they can get somewhere with current negotiations with the Iceman. So the European Commission, Maros Sefcovic, said he's absolutely convinced that the UK and the European Union can break their impasse over post-Brexit trade arrangements for Northern Ireland if the British government engages on the outstanding issues. So what you can see here is Sefcovic saying if the British government engages on the outstanding issues. So he's saying that if the UK wants to work with the EU Commission, they can get this thing resolved. The EU cautiously welcomes a change in tone from London, though British Minister Frost said significant gaps remained. This is, significant tone changes probably off the American intervention. Sefcovic said the top EU official dealing with the matter, poor guy, said a meeting last week with the Iceman was much better than their previous engagement. He remained worried about the British government's rhetoric and action around the protocol. If our partners in the UK would engage, I hope we will see more of that this week. Then I'm absolutely convinced that we can resolve all the issues which are troubling people on the ground, Sefcovic told a committee. Can't pronounce that word. But, Sefcovic seems like he is genuinely trying to resolve the issues in Northern Ireland, talking to businesses, talking to the community, whilst the British government are like, nah, we're going to Article 16 you. The British government said the checks are disproportionate, which, isn't really true, is it? This is what you agreed to. The grace periods you agreed to, and you said these were fine originally. So what's happened? So disproportionate and are heightening tensions in Northern Ireland and putting the Good Friday Agreement at risk. But the real thing that's putting the Good Friday Agreement at risk and peace in Northern Ireland, which is the government constantly criticising the legitimacy of the Northern Ireland Protocol and constantly feeding red meat to people like Jeffrey Donaldson and the rest of the Desperate Unionist Party. Sefcovic reiterated that the EU needed London to reciprocate in the talks with its own concessions after it offered to cut some of the checks needed on goods moving from Britain to Northern Ireland. So essentially Sefcovic telling the UK, look, you need to work with us here, you need to offer us something. He said that he thought the two sides were very close to an agreement on the supply of medicines from Britain into Northern Ireland, the most pressing issue because it needed to be solved before the end of the year. So they've got just over a month to really solve that. The two sides also agreed on Friday to move to very concrete discussions on legal text, he added. However, I have to say I worry about the rhetoric and action of the UK as regards to the implementation of the agreements and in particular the protocol on Ireland and Northern Ireland, Sefcovic said in his opening statement. So he seems concerned. The three key issues seem to be a general trade, sort of meats and things like that, agri-foods, medicines, and the quote democratic deficit. So on medicines, they've been working on that one for a while. On the agri-food stuff, they're trying to get rid of between, I think, 50 to 80% of the checks that are done currently. And on the democratic deficit, they want the Northern Ireland executive to get more involved in certain decisions that will impact Northern Ireland. Not to say they're going to get things like MEPs and have a vote on things, but they will be consulted on certain issues. So, Sefcovic, he's saying that, they are convinced that they can get past the current Brexit impasse, but it does require a lot of goodwill from Lord Frost and Boris Johnson, which I don't think is coming. Sefcovic is, I think, slightly positive that things can change, especially with the Americans getting more involved in this situation, something we've covered with Joe Biden kind of personally invested in peace in Northern Ireland, and probably the fear in Westminster that if they start causing more trouble in Northern Ireland, the Americans will get involved and they may start dropping sanctions on us or tariffs or whatever. So it's going to be interesting to see that. I don't have the same optimism Sefcovic has. I don't think the British government will engage properly on outstanding issues, especially if we keep talking about the ECJ being an issue when it clearly is not. That's my kind of fear about this, because the British government is currently in a shambles. The Conservative Party are genuinely concerned about the state of Boris Johnson given his speech at the CBI. So he is looking for a scrap here, and this could be it. This or the French fishing dispute are the kind of conflicts Boris Johnson is looking for. But that's I've rambled on enough for this video. It's clear that there are outstanding issues. We'll see how they get dealt with. There is a tone change, which is great, from the Iceman, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.